Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to build a Moxon vise, which is basically an extra vise that you can put on top of a bench or outfeed table and makes it to where it elevates your piece. You can clamp some wider pieces with it because it clamps from the screws are on the outside instead of a screw in the middle. So it's a pretty inexpensive, easy to build alternative to a wider vise that you have to install in a more elaborate way on your workbench. So my buddy Mike Coffee, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, right there. He did a video on this last week or 2 weeks ago, depending on when you're watching this, or depending on when I uploaded it. I'm pretty slow at this thing. But he made a Moxon vise himself, and it's probably not really great. I didn't watch his video. He's just an okay builder. He's really good about using really super expensive machines, growing a really healthy beard, and wearing a lot of flannel. It's not really my thing. So we're going to simplify this, hopefully, and whatever. Let's just make a Moxon vise. Let's do this. All right, so the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some thick boards. So I'm using some rough. It's a little over 2 inches thick, so this would be rough 8/4 maple. I had some ambrosia maple. That just looked cool. I hadn't used it. It's been sitting in my shop for a few years. So I got 2 boards are 24 and 1 board that's going to be 30. So basically these 2 will go together, and then I'll actually have this cut out to where you can clamp this to the bench. These 2 will marry together, and then this one I'm actually going to resaw into 2 1-inch thick boards, and that's going to make up the platform on the back side. Let me go ahead and run these over to the bandsaw, and we'll start cutting these down. All right, so now that all the pieces are cut to a little more manageable size, let's run them over the joiner, run them through the planer, get them flat. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? All right, so I've got the all the flat faces jointed, and then I planed them, and that way I could kind of decide which side I could run through the joiner for the edge joint, because with straight knives you can only go, with the grain. So got all that. So now just take them to the table saw, get that, then we're S4S, 4 sides squared. Don't know why that's out of order. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down, and then we'll start marking out parts and get hole drill locations and all that crap. And yeah, then we're only like 18 more steps away from having a Moxon vise. But I'm telling you, this is like the bulk of the work. Is just getting your material down flat and square, and then it just makes everything else that much easier. So be sure to focus a lot on this part of it. Make sure all your machines are dialed in. Make sure all your material is good and flat, square, all that. And then, then it's just slap some boards together and you got a vise. All right, so using that drum on the drill press wasn't the greatest idea. It was a little bit too short, so I had to flip it over and do it. But you know what? This is still a pretty simple process. I probably would have been better off to get a really precise, make like a plywood or MDF jig and run that across my pattern bit on my router, but that's quite all right. It's going to look perfectly fine. I might sand that a little bit with the hand sander, but now I just want to make sure that this is the same width as this, and then we'll go through the whole process of marking the holes. So let me get this marked, cut it to size, and then we'll start marking for some holes and start drilling. All right, I went through and marked in 2 3/8 from each side. Well, really, I measured in 2 3/8 on this one and then transferred that mark down. So I made sure that even if those were a hair off, that they would match up perfectly left to right. So if these ends are slightly off, I still got my marks dead straight. And then I found center here, taking a 45 off of here and here. So basically what you do is go off of the corner, flip it, go off the corner, and that gets you your dead center mark. Then I transferred that line to all of these. So now go through. Okay, so something I don't know if I explained too well, and let me get a pencil here so you can see, is that center mark that I punched it on both of them, but really what I should have done is weighted. That, my center line matches the other one, but I actually marked a 1/4 inch off of each side of that same point, and then I punched those two there. So hopefully you can kind of see what we got there. And there. Let me raise it up. There and there. So I got the fence set so that my depth is the same no matter what. And then I'll let that bit guide right into that punch hole. And we should get some pretty clean holes out of this. Then I'll just chisel and clean them up. So let me get my eyes and ears and I'll get started. We're going to chisel right on our line here. Go straight down. There we go. And I marked it with a knife, so I'm not just guessing away here. I still need to clean the parts, but real quickly, we'll go ahead and drop that bolt in. I want to make sure that it's, just for my own sake, really good and straight. And then we will scribe around the bolt. It's kind of weird to scribe with gloves on, but I'm trying to keep my hands clean. Yeah, you can already see there's debris on there. So yeah, we'll flip this around, do the other side, and then we'll chisel out to my line to the depth of the bolt. All right, last minute, I decided to relieve some of this wood. I saw Tamar do this on her video, and she just drilled down with a 1-inch bit and just got it to the right depth, and that helped it to where you could chisel down to an exact line. Should make things a little bit easier. So this is kind of optional, but this makes it a little bit easier. So since I'm doing it after the fact, of course it's with an old bit, clamped it down, clamped it this way, got it set to my fence. Everything's nice and safe, even though I don't have a pilot hole to go to. So let's see how this goes. There we go. Looks a lot better. Should be easy to chisel down now. So now the easy part of just following our line here. Set the chisel right in there. All right, let's see how close we got this. Ooh. You know, I want snug. I want snug. So I think a little bit of persuasion. Oh yeah. Love it. All right, there you go. From there, open them up. And so not only do you get two boards that are pretty close, a little off there, but pretty close in width, or I'm sorry, pretty close in thickness, but you end up with a really cool book match too. So, you could do it this way, do it, maybe not that way, maybe not as nice. Not a huge deal for a piece of shop furniture, but I will take it. So let me run these through the planer, get them good and flat on the top. Like I said, they're already flat on the bottom. And then we will edge joint these, glue them together, and be able to attach it to the back. All right, let's grab some ketchup. Now I'm not going to worry about dominoes on this because they are pretty flat to one another, and I am not worried about it. There we go. A little bit closer. All right, just a little bit of pressure, just enough to get some squeeze out. Well, and close the joint, of course. All right, make sure those are nice and even, just so that we know that we got even pressure everywhere. All right, it's been a split second. It's actually been like a couple hours. Ate dinner and everything. Bit of glue. Squeeze that under there. We'll scrape that off, then we'll run it through the drum sander. Do you want to know the most magical part about creating content? Is forgetting to turn on the camera. So those dominoes just appeared out of nowhere. So got some dominoes there. Got some dominoes on this one back here. Let's glue them together. Forget that ever happened. That's fun. Oh man, I love how snug those are. All right. Let me back up here. Scoot all this crap out of the way. Those useless tools. Look at that. Oh baby. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is glue the top platform to the front apron or vise, whatever you want to call it. This all upside down, so if it looks funny, that's why. It's not because I did anything wrong, like a mistake. No mistakes made. Hashtag no mistakes made. Okay. I wouldn't say there's no mistakes ever made, just not on this one. And I usually don't brag about that because then as soon as you do, guess what happens? You make a mistake. All right. Get this lined up. There we go. Good mouse, good amount of glue squeeze out, like that. All right, clamped this up last night. I don't think I got video of that, but I mean, you guys know how stuff goes together. Pretty simple process. Take a look at our Moxon vise. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, that looks good. Very solid surface. We'll drill some holes in it so that we have some place for clamps, and then start working on getting our hardware together. Well, I am pretty sure I just recorded all my last two clips without audio because my mic came unplugged, but that's okay. So we'll do it like this. So all right, well, I kind of deserve this, but please don't look too closely at the locations of the holes because I was following a pencil line this way, and up here is a really dark ambrosia line, and I crossed it, and these are all straight, and I got this one just kind of like hanging out in right field. So, darn it, that's all right. I deserve that because I made fun of Mike. He's a friend of mine. I don't treat friends like that. But anyway, if you have clamps like these, there's plenty of brands that they just offer like a push button that'll come off. You can take it off, press it in there, and voila, you have a hold down. And you could literally keep it there at all times. Of course I would want two, and I can't find the other one. So, Ta-da! Anyway, there it is. Clamp surface, even though I got a goober on one end. See, that easy. And then if you want it off your bench, it's out of there. So I'm gonna do a final sand on this, get the finish on it, and get it ready for the cork rubber. Let me take all this metal off of here, and we'll get some, I think I'm gonna do some like walrus oil or something. All right, so nice little surprise. I got the cork rubber for the face of the vise. Didn't think it was gonna come in for a couple days, actually till after I uploaded the video, so I wasn't gonna get to show this. Not that it's super exciting footage, but it is going to be complete on the video, which, you know, I don't know if anybody would tear me up in the comments for that, but they might. I don't have that many commenters. So I'm gonna take this moment to say, if you like this video, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video, whether good or bad, actually. But don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I don't know if there's anything else. But yeah, if you like the videos, stick around. Maybe there'll be more. Probably be a while. Don't get excited. All right, so this stuff, I actually opted for the peel and stick because I'm lazy. No, I wasn't sure how it would work as far as you know, gluing the surface, gluing the backside, all that stuff. It's gonna be, you know, stinkier. It's gonna take longer, and I thought, hey, this is kind of a cool idea. So I'll probably lay this down and actually use this as a kind of a template. You know, lay down the chop over the top of it and cut it, and then cut it to length. And I might even you know, let this sit on top of it for a while, let it kind of relax down. I don't know, that or just get a roller or something and roll it on. Hopefully it's very, very sticky. All right, couldn't find a roller, so we got a round mallet that will work just fine. So let me take this. You know what, this isn't that long of a piece. So I'll probably just do something like this. Line it up, just make sure we're lined up just short of that hole. And make sure we're nice and straight here. Pull back a little bit of tape. Make sure you're still lined up on the edges. And we are. Yeah, this is pretty easy stuff. You know what? There's another really cool way to get this to stay flat. Right there. Look at that. The vise will hold it still and flatten it to the surface. Good grief, my hands aren't working today. Gosh, I feel like something wrong with me. There we go. Look at that. Looks legit. Yeah, nice. And oh man, I'm happy with that. So that's it. There's your Moxon vise. Looks great, works really smoothly, really happy with that hardware, really happy with that cork rubber. I think that's really gonna help hold pieces in place. I snapped a couple pictures of some, the dovetail marking and everything, so you kind of get an idea of what it's gonna look like when I'm doing that, but I don't have any projects on the dock right now to dovetail. So it might be just a couple weeks before I actually get to use this, unless I want to use it just a hand plane or something. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a comment and I don't know, maybe comment on my coffee cup. Anyway, have a good one. Thanks for watching.